In this lesson, we will add ceilings. You can add ceilings by automatic detection of boundaries or by drawing the boundary. We will use both methods in this exercise. The process of creating and modifying a ceiling is similar to the process used to create a roof type. From the menu browser, select Open and open the file RACBBE07 Add Ceilings. Now let's place a ceiling by boundary selection. In the project browser, under Ceiling Plans, double-click 01 Entry Level. Zoom in to the 4 rooms in the short wing, and from the Home tab's Build panel, click Ceiling. Then, from the Type selector, choose 2 feet by 2 feet ACT system. Then, click to place a ceiling in the 4 rooms shown. Next, from the Type selector, choose Gypsum Wallboard on Metal Stud. Then, click in the 2 rooms to the left of grid line 4 as shown. Notice that this ceiling type does not have a grid pattern. Next, we will look at how to create a ceiling by drawing a boundary. In the Type selector, choose the 2 feet by 2 feet acoustic ceiling tile system, and we are going to create a cloud ceiling in the large room in the upper left corner. From the Ceiling panel, click Sketch Ceiling and pan over to view grid lines 1 and 2, and for part of the boundary we are going to use existing walls as a layout tool. From the Draw panel, click Pick Lines. On the options bar, for Offset, enter 3 feet and click the upper horizontal wall so that the boundary line is positioned inside the room. Then select the right vertical wall and the lower horizontal wall. Then from the Edit panel, click Trim and clean up the overhanging edges. Then, on the Draw panel, click the Boundary line, and then click the Start End Radius Arc tool. And for the first point of the arc, click halfway between grid line 1 and 1.1. Exact placement is not important. Then, move the cursor down and click to position the second point at the lower ceiling line. Then, for the third point, click to define the arc on the left. Next, use the Trim tool to clean up the boundary and close the loop. Then, on the Ceiling panel, click Finish Ceiling. Then, click in an open area in the drawing area or press Escape, and we will modify the ceiling grids. Select the vertical grid line in the large ceiling. Then, from the Modify panel, click Rotate. Then, click vertically above the grid. Then, click to the left to specify the angle of rotation. The exact angle is not important. Then, click in a blank area or press Escape to deselect. You can modify grid lines of ceilings using the Move and Rotate tools. The entire grid of the ceiling responds to any modification made to one line. In this case, we rotated the grid by rotating one of the vertical grid lines. When finished, close the file, as that concludes this lesson.